Facebook has Connect.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have to bring up the chats anyways because I already fucked up and forgot to do that and bring up the footage. So I'm on top of shit today.
It is all good.
Oh, well, restream's fucking okay. We're
There,
live on Twitch and we're live on Facebook. Okay. Hello, everybody. It's ChiefDucky. Welcome back to Relic Hunters. We weren't here last week. We had a lot going on. Plus, with the coronavirus and all that shit happening, life for everybody has been a little bit wayward. But I have no current announcements. I do want to thank Stefan Bell for the follow and the sub. And I believe that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to the DM.
Yay! So the announcements for today, obviously we have our wonderful special guest, ShadowKing. You can find him on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram and everything basically under ShadowKingCosplay, right?
Yeah, among other things.
Yes, but, and you can find him at local Nashville conventions whenever this whole Corona thing dies out. Probably not the best choice of words. Anyway, thank you for being here with us. I hope everybody has a wonderful time tonight. We've got a lot of surprises and a lot of stuff. Again, next week we have Chuck Huber as a special guest.
Chuck Huber!
I think that's the only announcement really I've got tonight. I'm actually short on announcements tonight. So, everybody stay safe, stay 6 feet apart from everybody else. If hopefully I've bought ChiefDucky enough time, I'm going to throw it over to him with that beautiful bean footage.
Really?
Did I buy you enough time?
No.
Okay, so
yeah, you did. I just have to drag it over. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They were named differently, but well, Shadow, this is your first time on here. We have a tradition every time that we play the footage. Shut the fuck up!
Throughout the years, many have fallen protecting this world, hunting what we now call relics. These relics give special powers and forms to those who wield them. Now, a new force has appeared to protect us. The relics have chosen new warriors to save their existence. They are the Relic Hunters.
We're back.
yeah. Excuse me. Yay!
That's how you're gonna start this off. Let's christen our first guest appearance in a long time with a.
Yes. So okay, to begin this, last episode we left off with each of our relic hunters were going to touch the book, the grimoire that Zakar had in his hand, or no, it was Mogar had it in his hand, but it's Zakar's grimoire.
Yeah.
So first we had Mogar holding the book, then we had Xander going to place his hand, then Zakar, then Jackie, and lastly we had, as Jamie was going to put one finger on the book, we had from outside the room someone yell, "No!" as Jamie touched the book. As all of this goes, the book starts to swirl. Mogar, roll me a d6. And I say swirl, it starts to spin in his hand, basically.
Oh.
If this is a bottle incident.
Oh.
Okay, so the grimoire starts to spin and it raises out of your hand. You were not able to. It doesn't hurt you, basically. Where did it go?
Where did D6 go? Shit.
I called it. Minute in. Went off the rails.
As the book swirls up and apparently leaves Mogar's hand and disappears from screen, there is a flash of dark light, and now everybody is kind of stunned that you guys, your hands kind of fall off, or not fall off the book, but you guys are kind of pushed back a little bit, and standing in the center of you is a figure with a pretty giant sword in his hand. Mr. ShadowKing, would you please describe yourself?
Where am I at now? This magic sword. What have you done to me?
Will you describe what you look like, good sir?
Let's see. So I've got 2 arm braces that each hold mystical elements.
They look like gems, right?
And there you go. That's the word. A cape with a hood that is black with purple, light purple armor, and like you said, a big sword.
that is a giant sword, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, you all see this figure standing in between you, and the voice that was running down the stairs yelling no was Bobo. He literally goes in the room after yelling no, sees this figure standing in the middle, turns immediately around and runs back out without a word.
Were we morphed?
Dad, thanks for the help.
Were we still morphed?
Nobody was morphed because nobody had morphed prior.
Okay. I was unaware if we were morphed whenever we were touching the grimoire last week. Okay. Good to know.
No, everybody was unmorphed because you guys were... basically, you three had just come in the room. What had happened, you guys had just come in the room, been told Zebus was the same person as Felix, basically. And then pulled out the grimoire. You guys had spoken, tried to... Xander gave the initiative to say, hey, let's all put our hands on it, and then boom. So now this figure is standing in the middle of all of you, very bewildered, asking you what is going on. What are you guys doing?
Who exactly are you? Why were you trapped in the book?
Been trapped in the book for so long now. Those are precautions. You know what you've unleashed.
Does this mean you are a foe?
No.
Does
Not
this...
yet.
Mogar, what did you say?
I was gonna say, and what exactly were you protecting?
Basically, that happens, and yeah, go ahead.
The world from this.
The book.
No, the book.
He holds up the sword.
Oh,
The book was protecting the world from the sword.
This sword hosts a tremendously evil dark presence. In order to protect the world, I sealed myself away.
As he says that, all of you... That was weird. All of you hear footsteps.
Continue.
All of you... Sorry about that. All of you hear footsteps behind you that come through the door, and it is Elvira. Elvira walks through the door. Elvira immediately looks directly at you, Shadow, and walks in between all of you. And she basically puts her back to Shadow, looks at all 5 of you, and goes, "He is not bad. The sword, now that's a different story."
Well, what must we do? Must we destroy the sword?
We have tried. And Elvira takes a deep breath and turns around again and looks at you, Shadow. Why are you just standing here?
First time free in a long time. Time to catch my breath.
She backs up a little bit, and all of you hear... Shadow, this would be a weird sound for you, but all of you guys hear the alarm go off on the base.
Oh shit, they found us.
What is that noise?
We must get out of here. If you are truly an ally, we need to leave now.
All of you hear over the intercom, you hear Kowalski, the penguin. Hey, guys, get down to the main. I gotta send you somewhere. Oh, God, I knocked over my Power Rangers. Go continue.
Oh, did he say where to meet up? Or did he...
Come downstairs. Is what
Come downstairs, okay. Alright, Zakar is going to... Well, I'm going to turn around and start running away at top speed. And while I'm running, I'm going to morph.
Okay, let me hear.
So, I have the Hermit Purple, Aku, and the healing one right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. The hunt is on. Shadow of Time Relic unleashed.
Ooh. Wow. I don't know what sound I made there, by the way.
And instead, as my blades come out, you want to describe to Shadow what the morph sequence for this relic looks like?
Okay, so yes, the each one of them has a different morph sequence. This one is actually Aku from Samurai Jack TM, and he has two fiery balls that basically combine with his Power Rangers. Think of the saber-tooth daggers, and they turn into flaming swords. And as that, he is engulfed in flames, and he has a stand, TM, that nobody can see but him.
I like it.
So as I'm running, instead of stabbing my sword into the ground like I normally do to traverse with high speed, I'm gonna start channeling the flames through my feet to run faster.
Okay, roll me a d6.
That would be a 4.
You are welcome to do that.
All right, I'm gonna start focusing all of my energy into the soles of my feet and just start sprinting at top speed, however fast you want me to go.
Oh yeah, well you're still in the pyramid, so you're able to basically you're outrunning everybody else right
Okay.
now.
All right.
So you're out of the before anybody even has time to react. You're out of the room and on your way down the stairs.
All right, cool.
What does everybody else want to do?
Me at this point is gonna stay along Z and head downstairs.
It's sad.
Jamie at this point is going to say Alon Z and head downstairs.
Just walk downstairs.
No, run.
Okay. Alright, so out of the room, downstairs, what is everybody else doing? So Shadow King's just standing there like, what are these people doing?
I'm gonna look over. I'm gonna look over at the mysterious figure and be like, well, if you truly aren't bad and are a protector, how about you come with us and let's kick some butt?
It's been a long time. Like some muscles.
So are you two heading out?
Yes.
Okay. Mogar and Jackie, you're two of the only. Well, you two and Elvira are the only 3 left in the room.
Well, gonna have to find out what's going on, and then deal with this book thing later. So might as well just go with the flow, I guess. Just head out.
Just are you running, walking? What are you doing?
Running since everyone else is.
Okay. So you ran out. Jackie, you were the last one in the room. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna run right after Mogar, and I'm gonna put my hands on his back and be like, "Come on, keep your head up, man."
Roll a d6.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm fine. Don't push.
As you go to put your hands on Mogar's back, 'cause Mogar's heading out of the room, and as you go to put your hands, you are grasped by your shoulder.
Ooh.
By Elvira, and she jerks you back. You were staying with me for one moment.
Ooh, crispy.
As she does this, you rolled a 2, correct?
Yeah.
You keep track of your body parts.
God dang it. She has you by the shoulder, and she takes her other hand and whops you upside the head.
Ooh.
As she does, no, you don't even have time to react because you blank out and you wake up. You are now daydreaming. You are back in the hospital.
God.
And the last thing that happened in the hospital is your other fellow nurse who has kind of blood on them you heard a gunshot. They went down in your arms, and you weren't able to see into the room next to you. You have free roam to move about right now.
I think I laid my friend on the floor, kind of out of the doorway.
Right.
I put her down, make sure she's okay, and then I kind of try and peek back in the doorway.
As you look into the doorway, roll me a d6, please. Your memory is still foggy. 4. All right, it's not that foggy because as you look in the doorway, you see a hospital bed, and you see a figure laying in the hospital bed. Next to it, you see the monitor, and it is flatlined. Next to the person laying in the bed who seemingly is flatlined, you see a figure that you would now recognize. You at this point you wouldn't have in your life, but now knowing what you have, taking it into your dream, this figure is Felix, and he is holding a gun directly at the door.
Ooh, okay. Is there like a fire alarm anywhere nearby or something?
It would be right inside the room to the left of the doorway.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and create some alarm that says, hey, something's wrong in here.
Roll me a d6. 6. Okay. As you head for this alarm, you hear Felix go to speak to you. You are the one I was after for his death. Roll me one more d6.
Ooh, I don't know whose death he's talking about, but I don't like it.
Yeah, that's what you said last season. Oh shit. Damn it.
6. You hear this. You now recognize the figure in the bed who was someone that you were watching after beforehand. Your memory slowly starts to come back. And this is Jamie's father.
I'm sorry. What?
Yes, Jamie's father. And then you said that what? and then you snap out of your dream. You come back to, and Elvira is holding you.
What?
Okay, how am I seeing all this stuff?
Are you asking this to Elvira?
Yeah.
She looks at you and she goes, your memories have been fractured due to what you have seen and what you've been a part of. Please trust me when I say you are deeper than you ever imagined into the evil that has surrounded the Relic Hunters.
Dun, dun.
Okay.
And then she takes her hand off your shoulder and goes, go with your fellow comrades. Please, there's no time to waste. Get KJ back.
All right, we'll see what we can do. And as I go for the door, I kind of look over my shoulder and I tell her, I hope you know that your dad loved you.
You say that as you're leaving the door, and she falls to her knees.
Lord, steal my heart.
Oh.
Are you going? Dang! Are you continuing out the door? Are you heading downstairs? The alarm's still going off, by the way.
I kind of stopped for a second. Are y'all right?
She is sobbing. About this time, coming down the stairs is Ryan, and he pushes you. He basically forces you and goes, "I've got her," and he heads into the door.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Just go out the door, down the stairs.
All right, so we're gonna jump back since he was literally like flame stepping his way downstairs to the car Zakar, you would make it downstairs first. You see, excuse me. You would see. Why did I completely forget my penguin's name?
Kowalski?
Wolski?
Yeah, Kowalski standing. He's not in his little hidey hole anymore. He's standing in the middle of the room, on top of the dining table, waving his flippers at you, going, "Come here!"
I'm going to. Well, I'm not stopping as I'm coming down, so I'm just going to run straight up to Kowalski.
Roll me a d6 to see if you can stop.
Yeah. With great super speed comes great fuckery. Okay, 5. Does a 5 do it?
Okay, you're able to stop by the table.
Okay,
You're able to
cool.
stop yourself.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That was.
Kowalski looks at you, still flapping his flipper or his wings, and goes, "Hey, where's the rest of you?
They're slow.
Oh, I need all of you."
Well, you're gonna have to wait. I cannot go back up there and bring them down. I am not. What do you think I am? Flesh?
He stops flapping, goes, "Flesh?"
No.
Flesh.
Flesh.
He literally, you see his flippers go, "Flash?"
There's no time for this. Can you give me a rundown till they get here? I'd like to know something.
About that time, who was next? That was
Mogar?
Xander.
Xander? Oh, Xander. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Xander and Xander and I can't remember. Shit, ShadowKing.
His name's right there on the screen.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is. It wasn't popped up on mine. Anyway, I'm horrible at this. As you two come down, Kowalski looks at you, Zakar, and goes, "Well, I need all of you to explain because I'm out of breath." As he's still flapping his wings.
He says that we need to explain?
No, as I need to explain. He's
Oh,
just out
okay.
of breath.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So Xander and Shadow, you guys come down. Kowalski immediately sees you, Shadow, and looks completely stunned. Like, Zakar, you see the look on Kowalski's face completely change.
Is it of fear or?
More of it's fear mixed with a little bit of uncertainty.
Have you met him before, Kowalski?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound
Oh,
reassuring.
that was a lot of noise.
I don't remember you.
I'm gonna slap Kowalski.
Oh, roll me a d6.
Kowalski does not like it when you touch him, but I'm kind of glad that you slapped him before I got down there, because if he wasn't paying attention, I was gonna penguin punt kick him across the room.
God dang it, he's on top of a table.
I don't give two shits. I don't know if you remember, but Kowalski, does the phrase "yeet" mean anything to you, you little fucker?
You rolled a 5, right?
Did he roll a 6?
No, he rolled a 1. So as you swing and hit him, he flies off of the table.
Okay. Alright, I'll roll with this. Get yourself together, Penguin Man!
He hits the wall. Keep in mind, this is this room is huge.
Yes.
You sent him all the way against the wall from the center of the
Oh,
room.
shit. Okay.
Damn.
You might need to check his vertebral column.
Oh,
Kowalski lands and is not moving.
I'm going to super run up to him.
Okay, as you super run, everybody else slowly comes down. Jackie, you have not made it. You're the only one that hasn't made it down yet. So all of you are down there. Over the intercom. Again, Kowalski is laying passed out on the wall. Over the intercom, you all hear a voice that you guys have never heard before, except for Shadow. Shadow, you have heard this voice before whenever you first received your relic. This is the voice of a very old. Hold on, I'm trying to. Crap! This is gonna be difficult. This. Yeah, you're not in the room. This is the voice of Drac. The reason, because the only person that has heard Drac throughout this, the actual voice, because Mogar, you've only heard the voice they had in the show, not his actual voice. So Shadow is the only one that has heard this voice other than Jackie. Jackie is not in the room. Jackie looks so disappointed.
I know that voice.
Yes, the voice comes over the intercom just in the bottom room and says, "Please pick up Kowalski. Shadow, you need to leave."
Well, in response to that, I'm already over to Kowalski, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah, you would be there by the time. Yeah.
I'm gonna check his pulse. Is he breathing?
Yes, barely, but yes.
I'm gonna whisper, "I'm sorry. I did not mean to hit you that hard."
Ow.
I'm gonna pick him up and walk back over, well, sprint back over to the table.
Roll me a d6.
Shit, me? What? Okay. 4.
Okay, you're able to stop safely. You gotta remember, you keep saying you're sprinting full force. I gotta make you roll to stop.
Yeah, I forgot. I need to be more specific.
About this time. Oh, go ahead, Shadow.
I'm going to respond to the voice. I just got revived. I have nowhere to go.
Again, the intercom comes on, and this time, Jackie, you are now in the room to hear this. Drac comes over the intercom again and goes, "Just leave. Just leave." And you hear him start and then stop and then just tell you to leave. The TV, for everybody else, the TV comes down and shows the reason the alarm is going off is because in Transylvania, there is a large castle that it looks like is being completely cut down. Like, you see the castle in ruins. It's already lit aflame, fields on fire, and you all, including you, Shadow, would recognize the figure doing the destruction. It is Zebus.
My man. Well, I mean, literally, I guess. I don't know if I condone with what he's doing, but that's my man.
Shadow, please repeat your statement.
How is he still alive?
Wait, you've fought this dude before?
You know
my
him?
butler?
Long ago, before I was sealed.
Shit, he lied on his age.
Sorry, God dang it.
I can look for his application.
So,
Lying
Zakar, you have Kowalski. Do you set him back on the table?
Yeah, I'm setting him back on the table, and kind of like how I do this. I lay him on the table, and I kind of like sit him up and grab stuff and prop it behind him, so that's sitting him upright.
He sits up and looks at all of you, and he tries to flap his wings, but as he does, you see his right flipper, his right wing, is in basically like a jagged form. You have completely broke his right flipper.
Oh my god! Okay,
This is what happens when I roll a 1.
well, I know, in response to that,
Okay.
Relic shift, Path of the Healing Ways, unleashed.
The fairy appears on your shoulder.
Okay, I have long story short, I broke Penguin. Can you help fix him?
She pulls out her giant syringe. I try. I need your help.
I'm gonna grab it and then shove it in.
So to everybody else, including to you, Shadow, you see Zakar raise his hands up and hold nothing, and looks like he's just doing this.
I'm looking very, very confused.
I'm gonna lean over to Shadow and be like, "Don't worry, we don't get it either."
You good, Robin?
I am now, yeah.
Could you hear anything that was said?
No.
What did you miss? Like what was the last thing you heard?
He said Path of the Healing Ways, and then you started going. And that's
Basically, Zakar is holding nothing and the injection. That's all you missed.
okay.
So as you do, his wing does start to get fixed, and he sounds livelier. Kowalski does.
Cool.
As Kowalski realizes he's being healed, He looks at all of you and goes, "Okay, you must go now. He's destroying a sacred relic building. Please go. Your ride is outside. I have it waiting."
Wait, okay, before we leave, Shadow, you said that you battled him before. You don't know how he's still alive, so you almost defeated him. How'd you do that?
At the cost of my humanity. See, this sword holds the essence of the true Shadow King. And anytime using its full power, he takes over completely. And that's something you do not want to happen.
Kowalski goes, "And that's why we have to get the sword out of here and stop him."
We must not waste any time. Let's go.
Alright, so who's all going? As fast as you
Me
can.
for sure. Something's getting tore up.
So before we do anything else, I have to say I'm so proud. 17 episodes in, and Jamie finally wants to go on a mission.
I know, finally.
Oh, hold up. It is not because it is a mission. Do not misconstrue my intentions. You started that sentence with, "There is an old building being torn down," and that is Jamie's aesthetic to a T. Don't. Actually, if that were to be brought up in character, he would say that exact same sentence. He'd be like, "Whoa, listen, fucks, this isn't for you. This is for me and my kicks." And then he would go.
Oh gosh. So is everybody heading that way? Heading toward the door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As I start running, though, I want to point at Kowalski and say, "Hey, you motherfucker, you better tell me what's in that orange shit that you gave me when I get back."
Deal.
Oh my god!
I am really sad.
Xander, go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
Xander, we cannot hear you.
No, you're completely muted, bro.
Yep, you're muted.
How about now?
Yeah,
Yep,
you're
good.
Okay, I don't know. So, as everybody else is running out, you're like, okay, so he's good. He needs to leave. Sword is bad. Thought process here. He leaves the sword. He comes with us. You yeet the sword somewhere, hidden somewhere else.
Kowalski goes, "I can't eat the sword. I can't touch the sword. He's the only one that can touch the sword."
I'm going to get real close to him and go, "You yeeted a dead cat once. Don't tell me you can't do something."
The dead cat didn't have evil energy that's going to kill us all.
So you're telling us that he should just come with us?
Yes!
Exactly. If that sword is the thing that almost defeated him last time, the only thing that's different is that Shadow has us this time. Us all together can finally defeat Zebus here and now.
I'm gonna look at Shadow. I'm gonna like, "Were you a relic hunter once?"
I don't know what a relic hunter is, but I did go all throughout the lands gathering these.
Did you have a team of people around you that were destroyed because of the sword?
Not just a team, a kingdom.
I'm gonna look at Mogar.
Yeah, he still didn't have the relic hunters with powers.
And what if Zebus this is exactly what he wants? He wants the sword.
I want to run back in at this exact moment, halfway through the sentence, and go, ladies, you're both pretty. Let's go."
I growl.
Kowalski goes, "I'm pretty too."
I was talking to Mogar and Xander.
That's pretty terrifying if he's growling. Fuck that.
So Shadow King growls. What's everybody doing now?
Well, I'm assuming I'm already out of the room.
You're already outside.
Yeah.
I'll explain what you see first. So.
No, you're good. I'm just making sure.
I'm gonna sigh. I'm gonna pat Mogar on the shoulder and go, "Oh, looks like there's hope for you yet," and then walk out the door.
Mogar in the back.
Follow Xander.
Okay, Mogar in the back of your head. I can't speak. Mogar in the back of your head. You hear like in your thoughts, failure.
Okay.
Jamie, did you head back out?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
freaking! I just told the. Never mind.
So Jamie,
mind.
Jackie, you're already out. Obviously, Zakar was the first one out. Xander and Shadow are the next. Mogar, you're the only one left still standing around the table.
So after failure finally fades
Yep.
away from my head, I'm just. Okay, nope. Gotta get in the mission. Gotta get to the mission.
Alright,
Head out.
So you run out as well?
Yeah.
Okay, as all of you run out, Zakar, you would see this first as you exit the door. Normally, there was the limo that took you places, or the carriage. This time, there is a long, black vehicle, but it looks like it's, for lack of a better term, it looks like a Flintstones vehicle, but it has, like, basically extra armor on the sides, spikes all around it, and at the very, basically on the over awning of it, it looks like it has a, I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's, looks like it has some kind of turret-esque on it. But it, instead of like bullets or anything, it looks like it has harpoons. A harpoon torpedo shooter thing. I don't know what it's called.
A harpoon, yeah?
There we go.
I want that whole transaction clipped. Just so we can, whenever we're sitting there thinking, what's going on in his brain, we can just play that back and then understand why he's lost his fuck.
Yes.
Got it, dude.
So, Zakar, you see this as soon as you step out.
Okay. Now this is the type of vehicle I can get behind. Are there any doors visible that I can just grab and, get inside, or?
It looks like there's no really doors per se, but it looks like the windows kind of fold down into a step up.
Okay, then I'll enter the vehicle.
Okay. As you enter now everybody starts to follow out because again you were running full force. So the ferry's still on your shoulder, by the way.
Yep.
Alright, so everybody else, you guys kind of come one after one except Mogar. Mogar, you're the very last one out. Alright, what is everybody else sees this? Shadow, as you walk out, you would recognize this vehicle as your, basically the vehicle you and your entire kingdom basically rode around in, multiple of these.
I haven't seen one of these in years. Where'd you get it?
Seeing how I'm probably the one he came out with.
Yeah. Everybody's ever in the vicinity except Zakar, but Zakar is still he's on his way into the vehicle. You could have heard that barely, but
yeah. Usually it's a limo when we just get in whatever. I mean, we all came on a carriage with a blue furry thing driving, but that's not the point. But usually we just get in whatever's provided.
We don't ask a lot of questions around here when we really
You're in
should.
the right type of vehicle.
you do what?
You want to mow something down, you're in the right type of vehicle.
Yeah. So as Zakar, as you get in, you do realize there is a driver in the very front.
Oh, hello. I do not recognize you.
This, I won't even call this a person. It looks like some sort of lizard-esque creature, and he turns around and goes, "Hi." And he smiles real big at you. Hi. He holds up a thumb, but you literally see his thumb just go, nope.
So the fairy puts my thumb down, or he puts my thumb down?
No, his thumb. He goes to put his thumb up back to you, and his thumb is longer than he can hold up, and it just lays down on his hand.
I'm just gonna sit down slowly and acknowledge that there is some sort of reptilian creature driving this vehicle.
Okay. Xander, are you getting in the vehicle?
Yes.
As Xander, okay, Shadow, you're right behind Xander, I assume. Xander, as you enter the vehicle, the lizard immediately looks at you, sees Shadow behind you, and goes, "You must answer question."
Answer the question?
He nods his head at you, Xander.
Okay.
Recite spy.
Repeat.
Besides pie.
So, my ears are fucked up as it is. I don't know if you just said recites pie, or you're trying to say recipe, or
Recite pie is what he's saying.
recite, like a recital pie, like
Yes.
the food.
Yes.
Okay. I cannot believe I heard correctly the first time, and that was honestly what you went with. Got it.
Xander, how do you respond?
Oh, look at me. I've been in the book for 1,000 years.
Look, have pie recipes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, am I allowed to? Can I? I'm gonna go out loud.
You
Can
could
I
not
ask-
phone a friend.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah.
Are you wanting the numerical value or are you wanting the food?
Anything that's interesting.
He extends his hand.
Answers.
Well,
I want to help Xander out and growl, saying we need to hurry up and get the Zebus.
You growl. He immediately shrieks like girly
Okay,
and turns back around.
so he said recite pie.
Mm-hmm.
Zakar's gonna like just snap out at 3.1415926539523 and just start reciting.
As you start reciting it, he literally is still shaking in the front seat and just holds up his thumb and it lays back down on his hand again.
There, kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
So as you guys are getting, Jackie, are you next?
Yeah.
Jackie, are you get in?
Mm-hmm.
You get in. Jamie, are you get it? What are you doing?
I wanted to get in earlier, but yes, we just didn't get around to me.
As you get in, the lizard snaps back and he looks more focused this time. He goes,
You did not give me the answers, the ex-guy. But you sing me Broadway songs.
I sings you Broadway songs? I don't think I sings you nothing. I think we just need to get where we're going.
I's not moving till you sing.
You don't want to test me, lizard man? I am just as stubborn as a frickin' country mule.
he turns back around.
We see.
Jamie's gonna sit there, not like a dude or anything. He's going to sit like Princess Bridal style on the side of the chair or whatever, and then just stare at him, dead ass.
Mogar, you're the last one in.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know if anyone has said this yet, but this ride is awesome.
So as you get in, ShadowKing, I'm I'm not gonna give you an option on this one. You immediately climb up into the turret because you would be used to it. So as everybody gets in, the car takes off, and you all, unlike the limo, no warning, no brace. All of you are shot to the back except Shadow.
Oh shit!
So you are all sat back in your seats, which are very primitive seats.
Woo! This is how it's supposed to be.
Hell yeah!
You guys are,
Did I land on anybody, or did
Yeah,
anybody land on me?
did anybody land on anyone?
everybody roll me a d6.
Oh come on!
You
You
too,
guys
Shadow.
had to ask.
You
Okay.
too, Shadow.
Ooh.
5.
Look, you
6,
guys, Elvira be
6,
damned.
5. So everybody
Mulgar lands in Jamie's
except for
lap.
Mogar.
Oh.
Mogar, you weren't quite sat down yet, but you bowl into Jamie because Jamie's not exactly sitting correctly. You bowl into Jamie. Jamie, since you rolled a 6, correct?
Yeah.
You were able to catch Mogar. Like you're sitting bridal style, you shift your legs and catch him like a baby.
Aw.
Like a baby.
As I'm holding him, I'm just going to look down and be like, you know, mommy fetishes have never really been my thing, and I don't think they want to be. And I'm going to let him go.
Oh, hold on.
I've got to hear this. Is gonna be so fun.
Hold on. Here we go.
It takes off. It's flying through the air. You guys have a little bit of time to discuss amongst yourselves. ShadowKing, you can still hear their conversation even though you're up top.
When I let him go, where does he land?
Mogar, do you sit right next to it?
Yeah.
Right next to Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to stand up and sit on his lap, and I'm going to say, I like this much better.
Mogar response.
I'm going to throw one arm around him, and I'm going to plant a very dainty kiss on his cheek and say, shh, there's no need for words.
Okay, who's sitting next
Let
to me?
it happen.
Who's sitting closest to me?
The way it would seat or Zakar, you got in first, so I assume you said you just sat straight down.
Yeah.
So you'd be across from the door. Next to your right would probably be Xander. Then to Xander's right, the next was
Drew?
I forgot who was next.
I don't know
Jackie.
who Drew is, but
Jackie, and then on the other side of Zakar would be Jamie and Mogar, and then ShadowKing's up top.
Well, okay, I'm just asking this because I'm gonna start talking to the fairy. So whichever shoulder the fairy's on is whichever direction I'm going to face.
That would be your right. So you're facing Xander.
Listen, I do not know what's going on. We saw Zebes, he's blowing up castle. Don't you think we need bigger things? We've been fighting for so long. We don't have anything big or grand scale. We have a relic, sure. But you know, sometimes day is really hard. And I just want to be able to win. And you know, Zebes, he's big, scary guy. And it's so hard to beat him because you know what? All these tests are just sequential.
She puts her hand over your mouth.
No,
Calm down. Calm down.
I know, it's okay. You don't have to get choked up. I understand. I put my
No,
hand
no,
on
no.
his leg.
She releases her hand. Please slap him.
You know he can't hear you, right?
Yep.
So you want me to slap him?
Yep.
What? I'm not slapping him.
Fine, I'll try. She rears back and goes to swing at Xander. It goes through Xander.
Okay.
The car,
Just like-
you see this, and Xander, you feel it.
In response, I'm not going to know that, and I'm going to leap forward to try to catch her.
Both of you roll a d6.
What the hell, y'all?
Jackie on the other side going, what the hell? 6 and a 4.
I'm up now listening, like, what are they doing?
So, Zakar, as you leap towards Xander, you didn't roll high enough. You land on Xander. The fairy literally gets out of your way. And she's floating above, and she goes, I played a trick on you, bro.
Oh, why do you always have to do this? Now look, now he looks scared and confused.
Please get off me.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna tap him on the cheek twice, like, sorry about that. And then get up, and...
Keep in mind, I've got to reiterate this because it's so funny to me. Keep in mind, Zakar, you told me you were like 5'9", and Xander, you're like 6 foot.
Yeah.
So...
Well, to be fair, Xander is morphed right now.
Oh, Zakar, you mean?
That's
Zakar is.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, Zakar is morphed. Yeah, that's true, and he's bright purple and pink.
So as I'm sitting upright, I'm going to brush off myself. You guys must look at me crazy every time this happens. So I guess I'll reiterate this. So whenever I morph, there's people in all of my relics. They help me. They give me powers. I can see them. You cannot.
Hey, Zakar,
So, yeah.
before you finish, your voice box starts to mess up.
You motherfucker! No.
I didn't do it. I did not do it.
Okay. So at what point does my voice start cracking?
Right where you were left off. You had explained, but you were still continuing to explain.
And sometimes I like to play. Fuck, hold up. And sometimes I like to play tricks on all of us. Like there's one, I'm a shadow man. This one is a fairy.
You cough and it straightens back out. Kyle, yeah, or Mogar, yes.
So out of game, Didn't we see the TM Naruto one?
Yeah, that one is gone.
Yeah, that one's gone.
Yeah, no, but at the very beginning, didn't we get to see that one at least?
Sometimes, yes. There's certain
Okay.
ones that you can see and certain ones you can't.
So we know he's not actually crazy. There are actual people, things standing there. It's just that we can't
Right.
see all of them.
Correct.
So
now-
Unless if you're
in
Jamie,
game.
and then you're gonna act like he's crazy anyway, because it's more fun.
As you are all doing that below, ShadowKing, you're up top. Obviously, you can still hear them and conversate with them. But there is as you're, like I said, you're up top. You got you're manning the harpoon gun, and you feel you've got the wind going, but you feel an odd force come up behind you.
Who is it?
As you turn around, with wings, you just see this very dark figure. You see, look like demon wings flying behind you with the hood over. And you hear in a very deep voice talking to you, "You're back, Shadow."
Ooh.
Oh, it's you.
The
Laugh on
figure is flying behind you and takes off the helm. "I look a little different than last time." This figure you would immediately, obviously you recognize the voice, but you would recognize as, oh god, my nose. You would recognize as one of your former lackeys that stole several relics from you back in your prime before you attempted to seal away Zebus. This funny one is I completely blanked on the name. I had it. I promise you, I had it. I am stupid. I'm sorry.
Is it in your notes?
Yes. I apologize for this, everybody,
Fine.
because I completely blanked.
It's okay.
Cue in Jeopardy theme music.
Yeah, I know. This is horrible. I've had this one ready too. That's what the bad thing is. I had it in my mind. I had it right there.
That's not Jeopardy. Jeopardy goes do 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 do.
Yeah.
Now, go to the list. This figure unveils himself, and you immediately recognize, but as a older, more aged, he has scars all over his face. As his name is Eric O.M.Geel, the former Phantom Relic Hunter and Phantom Relic Guardian.
Did you just say his name was Eric OMG and then try and play that off like you didn't just say OMG in the proper English sentence?
Eric O.M.Geel.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I recognize him and immediately attack with Mystic Lightning.
Oh, you're just gonna swing? Heck yeah! Roll me 4d6.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, you better roll high.
4, 5, that's 9, plus another 5.
Dang it, stay on the damn thing.
Okay, hold up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, yeah.
Sadly, you did not beat his roll. But as you throw, or as you shoot your lightning, he narrowly dodges, and then literally looks at you. He goes, he chuckles slightly. So, still full of inadequate power, are we?
I'd rather use this power than the other one.
No, but the other one's so much more fun.
That fun wiped out my entire kingdom and it was your fault.
It was not my fault. But you will see, and as he goes to fly off, you literally see him go up, dart down, and hit the back of the vehicle. All of you feel the jar. Everybody roll me a d6, please.
4.
5, 4, 4, 6.
A big dose.
2 and 2. Alright, so Jamie, since you were on Mogar's lap, I will allow you to be safe. But sadly, Shadow King is not. Shadow King, as it jerks, you were tossed out of the cockpit, and the drive. Yeah, you are now free falling. The driver immediately goes to land the vehicle, trying to catch you underneath. All of you see Shadow King fly out.
Okay. Are you
the car? Use Hermit.
Are you allowing? Can you allow another relic transition?
Roll me a d6 first.
Okay. Oh yeah, because we did the free one. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, 4.
That is fine. Before you transition, though, Shadow King, you were going to say something.
I was going to see if I can use Mystic Whirlwind to put myself back up.
All right, go ahead and roll 2d6. Go ahead and do your Zakar while he rolls.
Relic transition. Hermit the purple.
It'd be like him pushing himself back up to the car with a mystic fart, just like.
So as you transition, you were able to transition. You hear. Will you go ahead and play the sound?
I already did.
Okay, I figured you did. That's why you paused. Wow, there. You were able to transition, and Shadow King, you rolled an 11. You were able to propel yourself back up since he had dropped the car. You're above. You haven't landed back. Zakar, you see him above the vehicle. What do you want to do?
Oh, never mind.
So, how far above the vehicle is he?
30 feet, because he launched himself as the car was dropping.
You mystic waft like you meant it.
Zakar is going to extend his arm, and he's going to boom his voice as loud as possible. Don't resist! And then we're going to shoot vines forward.
Alright, roll me 2d6.
Okay, so that's a total of 10.
Alright, that works, and you rolled high enough as you go, because you didn't tell me you moved or nothing. You blow the entire roof off of the vehicle.
Yep.
Literally, and it literally hits the roof of the vehicle, and you are able to grab Shadow King. Shadow King, you are now wrapped in
purple vines.
Yeah, purple vines.
Don't resist.
Mogar, I would like to think that as soon as he blows the roof off of it, his hair is just like all over your face.
Oh yeah.
Just fucking everywhere, just. Okay, anyway, continue.
Go ahead, Zakar.
No, as I'm going to start retracting the vines and bringing them down slowly, so that I know there's going to be air resistance, so I'm going to bring him down.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. You're able to bring him back into the car. Your your lizard friend in the front is still panicking, and he sets the car down. Luckily, you guys are within shot of the Transylvanian castle that is completely being demolished. But as the car sets down, you all see the demolition. Will everybody roll me a d6, please, to see if you see it?
3.
4, 3, 4, 6, 6, 3. Okay, so everybody sees it. 3 was the threshold, so everybody sees it. Again, the Transylvanian castle is being destroyed, but you now see it as not Zebus. I will wait.
Okay, sweetie, I'm coming.
As he does that, you guys see that it's not Zebus, but at the same time, as the car sets down, Jackie, you feel faint, and you black out. Everybody, you all see her black out, just kind of faint. You are back in the dream realm, and you have reached and hit the alarm as you reconcile with this dream, and you're back. And now you hit the alarm goes off, and you hear footsteps down the hallway, but you see crap. Yeah, you see fruit nugget. You see Felix standing at you now with the gun aimed at you. And again, Jamie's father still what looks like dead in the bed.
That sounds like a frickin' rock band name.
Felix?
He looks at you and goes, "Yes. How do you know my name?"
I know who you are, trust me.
And I know who you are.
I want to, as quickly as I can, I want to grab his leg, around his ankle and try to.
So basically, you want to dart across the room and grab his leg, or you're grabbing Jamie's father's leg.
Felix's.
Okay,
I just wanna trip him up.
Yeah, roll me a d6. Actually, roll me 2d6 and give me the answers separately, please.
2, 4.
2 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you go to dart across the room. You did not make that. You did not make that, sadly. So you go to dart the room and you hear another gunshot. You are grazed in the shoulder, and as you're able, like, I'll allow, basically you get hit in the shoulder, but you're still able to grab his leg and take him out, and he drops the gun. It shoots across not shoots, but it slides across the room, and he's staring at you on the ground after grazing you in the shoulder, and it's your left shoulder. So he's grazed you in the left shoulder and looks at you and goes, I'm not as good a shot as I once was. But the fact that I have injured part of the Drac family is amazing. And you are back, like you wake up from your dream in a cold sweat now. After passing out, you wake up in a cold sweat.
Sorry, what?
You heard me.
I didn't hear shit. You don't know life. Shut up, you're crying.
You still have your mic up. I'm just letting you know, Jamie.
Yeah.
God damn it! Shit, fuck fire.
We still heard you, but we had to strain.
Good, because that was some A1 grand commentary.
Oh, we heard all of it. I wasn't.
Yeah, we heard you. So you wake back up again. Now you're in a cold sweat. Well, Zakar, what you missed wasn't exactly, or wasn't like pertaining to you, but I will tell you, basically, Jackie went into the dream state again, got shot in the shoulder by Felix, and basically funnily quipped that he had finally injured a family member of Drac.
Okay.
Talking about Jackie. And then now it's flashback. All of you see, I will go back since everybody rolled high enough, all of you see the destruction on the castle. Again, what you saw in the video was Zebus destroying it, but now it is not Zebus that you see. It is actually KJ.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep.
So KJ's like floating above, like.
KJ is now giant, probably about 3 to 4 stories tall, just taking out this thing.
Exactly how he's supposed to fight.
Well, Gaia did say that he was special. I didn't think it would be that special.
KJ feels all of you, like, because he's still far away. You guys are a good 100 feet away because of how the vehicle went down. You all are able to gain your bearings and stuff. KJ feels your presence, and he turns and goes, "Relics have arrived."
Oh, God, no.
You know, I was right there. Remember in COD about big things fighting big things? Now look, here we are. Big giant thing with no big giant thing.
You have a big giant thing, and yes, I can hear you. KJ does this with his finger.
We have a big giant thing?
I'm going to start growing increasingly annoyed.
You said you're growing increasingly annoyed?
Yeah, like well, through the helmet, like it's like a scowl that's crossing my face.
Well, your body language would probably. I was to say, because you
I
said
like
you
to
built this
think
guy
of your
like
mask
like,
physically showing just like a grimace for one frame.
Yes, it literally shows through for about half a second of you just going. Yes, Xander.
Point of reference: when Zakar blew off the roof of the car,
yes,
did the turret go with it, or is the turret still in place?
The turret did go with it.
So where is that in relation to where we are right now?
Not in sight at the moment.
Okay.
I know what you wanted to do, and I'm sorry. But KJ literally, he does this and looks, he goes, "It looks like you have ShadowKing with you."
I'm gonna turn back to the ShadowKing. More of your friends, I'm assuming.
No, I don't recognize him, but I recognize a threat when I see one.
Good.
Do you pull out the sword?
I think about it.
Alright, so you grab a hold.
I grab a hold, I think about it, then I put it back in and begin charging Mystic Flame Light.
As you
He's like,
grab
not this
it,
day, old friend.
as you grab it, you hear, all of you hear KJ go, yes, yes.
KJ, I don't
Okay.
care how you take this, but you are way too into this right now. You need to calm down.
What are you guys all doing?
Are we still in the thingy? In the car?
The roof will be
With
off.
no
You guys
roof.
would have stood up and.
But
seen.
so yes, okay. Before we get started, this is very important to me and what I'm doing. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do that thing where you flip all your hair over and you put it in a ponytail.
Okay, so you're ponying.
Because I
up.
fucking need my side ponytail.
What's up, Zakar?
Nothing right now. Nothing at all.
Okie dokie. So, excuse me. This is ShadowKing. I did forget to inform you. Whenever we do combat, we do it differently.
Okay.
It's called bubble gum, popcorn, something like that. It's called popcorn initiative. Basically, somebody starts at the top, and you can pass it to anybody as long as their turn hasn't been already taken. And so basically, if I were as the villain, I take my turn and I can pass it to you, and then you pass it to somebody else that hasn't taken. And there's everybody you see here, plus the villains, and then the good guys. Those are the people you can pass to. We're not starting combat yet, but I wanted to preface that before we get to that point. And that's to everybody in the audience who hasn't seen this before. And again, if you guys have any questions in chat, I will try to answer them when I can if it pertains to the story. And then we will have a Relic Roundtable afterwards. I forgot to say that at the beginning. But yes, so as you do that and put it away, you flip your hair, Jamie. KJ starts to literally turn his attention away from the castle and starts to shrink slowly. Starts to kind of turn back into almost his normal size.
Oh, thank God.
So we see this, like we see him actually like shrinking down, like.
Yeah.
So how far away is he again?
As he's shrinking down, he has just closed the gap from about 100 feet to probably about 50 to 30, between 40 and 50 feet from you now.
Oh damn. Okay.
He's a very fast special penguin.
Okay.
So as he's approaching, I want to go, hey, Shadow, was that who you were shooting at earlier?
All right. Shadow, before you answer, please roll me a d6 because you're charging.
3.
Okay, you can continue.
Wait a minute.
Mogar asked you a question. Mogar, what was the question again?
I was saying, like, Shadow, was he the one that you were shooting at earlier?
No, that was a different one.
Okay, 2 baddies. All right. All right. I'm going to look over at Jamie and go, hey, remember back to back?
Yes.
All right, let's try round 2.
Neither of you are morphed, by the way. The only person that is actively morphed or able to do anything are ShadowKing and Zakar right now.
That is because I have to remember what relics I still have left.
No,
So no one's initiated combat yet?
Not yet. Give me 1 second. I gotta do something.
No, I understand.
Oh, okay, ShadowKing, as you're charging, Xander, you feel empowered as ShadowKing is charging.
Okay. At that point, I'm going to take out the 2 coins that I have. So I have the one we just got. I have my eruption relic, the coin.
Yes.
And then I have the other one still. Do I not?
You have the Gaia relic. Is the other
The
one?
Gaia relic. Okay, thank you. And at that point, is the Gaia relic doing anything, or if I just feel empowered?
Shadow, what are you charging again?
Mystic Fire.
Your eruption is glowing.
Ooh.
That sounds really wrong, by the way, and
Don't
I'm
get
sorry.
you speaking out of character, right? You need to calm down right now.
I didn't want to react.
I'm gonna look at Shadow and I go, elemental based.
Oh yeah, all 5.
All right, Shadow, please roll me another d6. 4. Okay, you're good. You're still good to talk. So, basically, every
Okay.
time you talk,
In
I'm
that
having you
case-
roll because you said you're focus charging. So,
All right. Well,
Yes.
in that case, I'm gonna go. The hunt is on. Disaster relic. Eruption blast.
Ooh.
you were morphed, and Shadow King, you
Then I
see
am-
this. This is the first time of you seeing this relic. So,
What do all your items do this?
Yes, we have a base armor form, but each relic we get gives us different armaments. My Tridax changes due to the different elements that I have in my relics.
Can I hear him ask the question, do all of your things do that? Or
yes,
whatever word he
yes.
used. Okay.
Everybody, yeah, you guys
As
are all
soon
close
as
enough
he
to hear.
says that, I want to yell yes and say the hunt is on. Relic of the Noir Unleashed. While Xander is doing all the explaining and technical mumbo jumbo.
So you did the noir, your core
The
relic,
base
right?
one. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't want to
Okay.
do the smoky cigar in this situation.
Yeah, damn it, because I forgot what noise I made for the noir. So I'm just you hear a gunshot, just, and you were surrounded, and then there you go.
Beautiful. Now I'm ready.
Okay, so Mogar, Jackie, you doing anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right after Jamie morphs, and we'll be like, and here's mine. Hunt is on. Relic of combat. Unleashed.
It's my favorite one. I'm sorry. Jackie, what do you want to do?
Yeah, look what I can do. The hunt is on. Wild West Relic.
Yeah. So all of you are morphed, are transformed now. As this is happening, and all of your you have morphed. KJ, you guys look at KJ, and he's still shrinking. You guys still see KJ. He starts to glow as each one of you morph.
Oh shit.
He starts to glow? Sweet tits, yeah.
Oh yeah. So what is everybody doing?
What?
I don't know
There's
what
a
was
party.
said. I'm just...
There's a
Okay,
party going on in the
yeah.
Catherman house.
Apparently there is.
The brother's over.
Ah, okay.
I ask if everyone is battle tested.
Very
Battle
much so.
tested?
Yes.
Yeah, Shadow King asked if everybody is battle tested.
I'm gonna
Very
say it's a
much
little late
so.
to be asking that question. We're already here.
I was gonna say more like battle ready.
And
Very well.
As Mogar, as you say battle ready, all of you hear.
Yo, you shut your butt up, Penguin. Ain't nobody
Shut up,
asked you.
KJ.
That was not KJ.
No, that was Zebus.
Shut up, Zebus. Ain't nobody asked you.
Behind you, Zebus is standing there with his staff, just very lackadaisical looking, just staring, goes, well, hello, Shadow King.
I reach for the sword,
Mm-hmm.
but just fire a huge.
So you turn and fire?
Yeah.
Because you fire what you fire, Xander will give
Yes.
you an opportunity to free action right now.
I at that point, if I seeing his mystic fire go, I want to send a lava blast to connect with it to head towards Zebus.
and the can I have a reaction to this as well?
Yeah, everybody can have a reaction. Why not?
Okay, I'm gonna start like pulsating with power. Hermit's containment, and then slam down, and then shoot vines to the ground, and then as they travel through the earth, they come up above Zebus and try to slam him down.
Before you two roll, Zakar roll, and then while you're rolling, does anybody else want to do anything?
Just 1d6.
Actually, roll 2d6 for that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, I'm good.
Oh, nani desu yo! 11.
11. Okay.
I want to help Zakar.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
Metamorphosis. Kunai and chain. I'm gonna throw it, try to like wrap him around as well for like an extra layer.
Okay, roll me 2d6.
Ooh, this
Jackie,
is
do
so
you want to
cool.
do
I love
anything?
this. Oh, the spice of
10.
it.
Jackie, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I see them kind of working together, and
Okay.
I want to. I'll just take aim with both and try and.
Alright, you're gonna fire both weapons, right?
Yeah.
As you fire both weapons, the horses don't come out, but this time it looked like you fire, you hear slithering in your
I was
ears.
about to say it needs to be some rattlesnakes.
You see 2 fire snakes come out of your weapons and they twirl.
Yeah,
And
boy.
literally. So now, ShadowKing and Xander, ooh, I about called you Xavier. Will you, ShadowKing, will you roll me your 4d6, please? And Xander, will you roll me 2d6? Mogar, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
A 10, okay. Jackie, will you roll, please? I don't remember if you did.
2.
And Zakari rolled an 11.
Yes,
Yes,
I did.
two, Jackie. And you rolled an 11, Ryan, or
Yep.
Xander, ShadowKing?
Yep.
7, Jackie, right. 6 or 16?
6.
Out of your 4 dice?
On 4 dice?
Oh, you said 4. My bad.
Yeah, 4, yeah.
I'm like,
Sorry.
whoa.
No, I was like, ah!
Bro, that was about to be a sad moment. That's what we call the Elvira special.
14?
13.
13, okay. Oh, God dang it, you scared the crap out of me. Alright, so this is gonna be fun. Because so ShadowKing and Xander, you guys fire yours. You literally both combine into a ginormous, basically molten fireball heading directly towards Zebus. Jackie, your snakes wrap around the fireball, and it looks literally like a spherical. The snakes wrapping around and pushing. Xander and Mogar, as you do the kunai doesn't make it to Zebus, but it does wrap around the fireball, and the kunai literally pierces through, and it's coming out the front. Now, Zakar, you said you wanted to slam in the ground, create a cage.
Yeah, like from where I'm standing, I'm just shoving my fist to the ground. The vines are going to leave the gauntlets, shoot to the ground, go underneath, and then shoot up, and are going to slam him to the ground.
Okay. As you did that, Zakar sees you slam into the ground, and takes a step back, but your cage still, as it collides with the amalgamation of everything flame, it lights the vines aflame and literally becomes a cage around the entire fireball.
Oh. Oh.
And it's still headed towards Zebus. Now I've got to do some rolling.
Oh.
Spice of life.
I didn't have this many dice ready because I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready for you to actually attack Zebus.
Oh, well, tough shit.
Listen, he's been pissing us off this whole season.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, KJ can kill us. I don't care. I just want Zebus to feel something for once.
I think he needs a good whooping. He's been lying to us for years.
Alright, there we go. There's 15. Okay. That'll work. I know. I had to get a box because I can't roll 15 dice on my desk.
So P.
15. Okay, 15.
Yeah. Now. Where's my?
He really said 15.
I did say 15.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I already vamped for you once. That's all you get. You get one vamp.
I'm using a backgammon board as my
Attaboy.
Attaboy. There's gotta be a use for the
Surprise,
backgammon boards. I know
Gotta
like
use
one
it or
person
something.
knows how to play backgammon.
It's been years. I done forgot a long time ago.
Okay, so there's that. Oh, I might want to take the dice out of the box.
No.
My camera angle like that. There you go. All right.
Okay, so that was that. Son of a biscuit eating.
Bulldog.
Yeah, whatever. Andrew.
Are you kidding me? Okay,
Liquor?
I'm sorry. Will everybody roll again? You tied.
So roll 2d6 again.
Everybody rolls 2d6 except for ShadowKing, who rolls 4.
Okay, 12 this time.
Same 12.
11.
13,
12, 12, 11. How much?
9.
16.
16,
Okay.
9, and okay, so that's you guys. This is gonna suck.
You guys is.
Yeah, them guys is.
You know you guys.
Yeah, them guys, you know. The guys that know guys, you know?
I apologize for the the taking so long, chat and
Bruh.
everybody else.
Dude, it's fine. Like, you're rolling 15 dice, so you have to do that. Plus, we kind of like threw you for a loop into that thing where we deviated from the beaten path and kind of fucked up your whole plans for the rest of the session, so now you have to improvise on the spot.
Like the first 5 minutes, so.
Did we tie again?
No, I'm afraid of what what I rolled.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh my
I don't
Get
god.
your second characters ready.
I think we just killed Zebus.
They either be really good or really bad.
No,
Alright.
this is bad for him.
So,
It's not bad for us.
No, I
so
think it's
Zebus is
backwards.
able to dodge, but he does not see the giant fireball coming at him. It strikes him dead center in the chest. You all see the fireball, and there's a big explosion right where Zebus was, like larger than normal Super Sentai explosion.
Alright.
If that TM, if you all
Hold
see
up,
this.
hold up, hold up. Okay, we're good.
Alright, so as this goes off, the explosion happens, and before I actually tell you what happened, all of you were facing Zebus. The only one not facing Zebus is the wonderful Jamie.
Back with Mogar.
Jamie, mic down.
Who's back to back with Mogar?
Yes. Jamie, you were still keeping an eye on KJ, correct?
Yeah. 'Cause
Alright.
I've got a subconscious need to punt kick a penguin.
Okay. Roll a d6, please.
Or, to quote Zim, I have a mighty need!
Good shit.
What does a 2 do for you, my man? Because it doesn't
Not
do
a-
enough for me.
So
Not a damn thing.
you see KJ coming at you after
these-
they fire. Yeah.
These right here don't do a damn thing. Mm-mm.
Nope.
Nope.
Not when KJ rolls a 5. He literally comes at you, and before you even blink to see what's going on, KJ is directly at your face. Keep in mind, this is 6 foot tall, tiny penguin.
I want to headbutt Tiny Penguin.
You want to headbutt tiny penguin?
I want to headbutt Tiny Penguin.
Roll a d6.
Fuck yes. Wait, if this is an attack, don't I roll 2?
Huh?
Don't I roll 2? If it's an attack, because
You
I'm
have to
morphed?
roll your first d6 first.
Okay. Alright, guys. It was nice knowing you. Here's where the Elvira special happens and I die. Okay. 6.
Reroll.
What? 3.
Alright, so now you roll your 2d6.
Did you roll a 1?
We're fucking him up tonight. This is great.
Oh, we're taking over its
10.
obsession.
Josh hates us right
10?
now.
10.
Dang it!
Specifically, a 6 and a 4.
Oh, God. So, okay, as you just rear back, you're
Yeah, I just
able-
go. He just shows up and I'm like,
That just
I'm
happened.
so excited, guys.
God dang it! You headbutt KJ. KJ reels back.
Oh
As
my
he's reeling
God.
back, as he reels back, you roll me 2d6 for the damage. But he pops you up. Like he does this, and he actually pops you in the chin because your head was leaned forward. As he does, he knocks your helmet off.
Ooh.
And I will tell you what after you give me the damage.
Would you believe me if I rolled 10, but the other way around?
That 5 and a 5.
No. This time, this dice is the 4, and this one is the 6. It was backwards last time.
That's funny. But no, okay, so you do 10 damage to him.
Fuck that penguin. Metaphorically speaking.
As you do, he pops your helmet off. As he does, your helmet flies in the air. Roll me 1d6.
What the fuck is wrong with me today, guys? I got a 6.
Oh!
Like, holy shit!
Spice of life!
This might be the day I retire, guys. I ain't going out any bigger than this. Nope.
Please re-roll that d6. We
God
tied.
damn you, Josh.
Hey, watch one.
3.
3. God, stay on the day.
No.
Alright, so as he pops your helmet off, you demorph.
What?
I didn't know that was a thing.
As you demorph, you see, as he's doing this, your entire, like I said, you go to demorph, the helmet becomes your relic and is absorbed into KJ.
Oh shit, guys. That's okay. I didn't need those anyway. Fuck that bitch. I'll kick a penguin by myself.
KJ, as he absorbs it in, literally rolls, stands back up, and now you see, it looks like a dark glint in his eye, and you see your relic in his eye.
Hey guys, KJ just jacked my relic. This isn't good.
Right. Now we're going to jump back to all of you, what you see. You see Zebus standing there, dizzy. He has dropped his staff and has a pretty sizable hole directly in his chest.
Okay, how far away is he?
Probably about 60 feet. So he was a far a ways. That's why your attacks had melded together instead of just attack. So as that happens, Zebus reels, and you see him standing there, dropped his staff, and he looks. You see him. He goes,
Without thinking, without thinking, as a car is just going to run at top speed and grab the staff off the ground. Well, attempt to grab the staff off the ground and just ram it into Zebus' head.
Oh, damn.
Roll me
That
at least.
follows
to super punch him in the head.
Oh, you both are going. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. All right, so Shadow, roll 46. Zakar, please roll 2d6.
Oh, man.
He's showing no mercy on a 98-year-old man. Shit.
Do what, Zakar?
8 total.
12.
8. And ShadowKing?
12.
So 20. Okay. So as you both rush up, Zakar, you're after the staff, and Shadow, you're just going to punch?
Yeah.
Okay. As you both run, you're able to make it there, Zakar. Mm-hmm. You grab the staff, and it jolts you. As soon as you grab it, you pass out.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Everybody else except ShadowKing. ShadowKing, you're still running because you guys were basically aside. Everybody else except for Jamie sees Zakar pick up the staff and disappear.
Oh.
The staff goes with him.
Oh, this is
so they literally, he grabs and he goes, and is gone. ShadowKing, you go to punch Zebus, and Zebus, as he's fallen, hits the ground, and I'm guessing you come down on him.
Yeah.
As you do this, you hit him square in the face, directly, like just crush him into the ground. Please roll me 46 for damage.
Jose. Sorry, I saw that on the TV earlier today, and now it's stuck in my head.
G.I. Jose.
Yeah, it was G.I. Jose. It was on Family Guy. Because tackling somebody while they're down does not sound like a very G.I. Joe moment, so I went with G.I. Jose.
Okay, so as you slam your hand into him, are you swinging with right or left fist?
Left.
Okay, the way your sword is positioned on your back, Zebus grasps the sword as you slam his head into the ground.
I told you. No. I told you all. I told
As he grabs it, Zebus and your sword are gone.
Dun dun, motherfucking dun.
Shadow King, you stand there without sword and are literally, I'm guessing you're stunned because you just lost your sword, right?
It's a mixture of stun and oh my god, we're gonna die.
So as that happens, you all see this. I'm actually going to jump to Zakar.
Oh.
Zakar, you literally do this. You wake up. You're in a completely dark room. You have Zebus' staff in your hand. And in front of you, you see smoke start to arise.
So I examine my surroundings. So it's just pitch black. Nothing else.
Except for the smoke in front of you, it's pitch black.
I'm going to hesitantly stand up and slowly walk towards the smoke with the staff at the ready.
With the staff, so you're gonna walk towards the stove.
Yeah,
with the staff?
yeah. My daggers are gonna be on my holsters, and then I'm just gonna be holding solely just the staff.
Okay. Keep in mind, you still have Joe somewhere. What'd you call him?
Joseph.
Yosef. There we go. Yeah, you still have Yosef somewhere. But as you walk toward it with the staff, you hear from the smoke a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Finally acquired the steel, I see.
What do you mean by that?
Your grimoire. Please reveal it.
But I didn't have it. I don't have it with me.
As you say that, do you have an open hand?
Yes, I do. Now I do. Because as they're talking, I want to hold the staff with one hand and...
it appears, the grimoire appears in your hand.
That's not creepy. Nope.
Okay, what is going on here?
That is my signature and my book.
Haha, keep it in, bitch.
I'm gonna get closer to the smoke. A few more steps closer.
As you step closer, you hear tink, tink, tink. Sounds like knives, kind of together.
Like clinking together? Okay.
Yep.
Is this a relic?
Not a relic, but an inanimate creation.
How do I awaken it?
You don't. Whenever you put all of your training items in, all will be unveiled. And the smoke clears, and you see a figure before you in what looks like a purple-esque black trench coat. Mm-hmm. A gentleman with, for lack of a better term, Freddy Krueger's glove, TM.
Okay.
My name is Damien.
Okay.
That is my signature in the back of that book.
I'm going to approach him close. I at this point, Zakar has no fear. He's just going to keep approaching him. This is your book. So tell me. I get all of the relics, and this awakens. What's exactly hidden inside of this?
Something that will help you. Because trust me, you're going to need it.
But we just killed Zebus. I saw him die.
You did not see the entire story, and Zebus is not the one you need to be worried about.
Then who is?
The one that will wield the Shadow King's blade.
Who's the proper wielder?
I do not know his name, but you will know him when you see him. And he fades back into the smoke. You wake up, and you are actually back in the pyramid with Zebus' staff.
Oh.
All right. Now I was gonna say, do you want to say anything real quick, Zakar? Because you're in the pyramid. You're at the table.
While I'm holding the staff, does it start resonating or start like giving off any type of aura or?
Your arm starts to go numb holding it. Like you know you can feel you're not supposed to have a hold of this thing.
When does that ever stop me before?
I'm going to just call over over the loudspeaker. Kowalski.
You're in the center of the table. Kowalski is still laying on the table.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's still knocked out.
Well, he's not knocked out, but he looks at you, just kind of appear at the table, and goes, sees the staff in your hand, and he rolls off the table real quick.
Even though I feel my arm going numb, I'm going to lay it on the table, and Kowalski, what do we do with this?
Get rid of it.
Do you want me to destroy it?
Get rid of it. About that time, you hear footsteps come down the stairs, and it's Ryan and Elvira. They're basically arm in arm. They're right next to each other, arm in arm, coming down the stairs. They see you. They see Zebus' staff on the table, and Ryan literally looks at you and goes, "I got it." Turns around and rushes back upstairs. Elvira comes down to you, puts her hand on your shoulder, and says, "You did it."
Just be careful.
From what I understand, last time I saw him, there was a big hole in his chest.
Not
It might take that whole arm.
It's impossible to kill Zebus. You got his staff?
Yeah, I grabbed it, and then I was teleported to another dimension. Met this guy, this being of darkness, talk about the grimoire.
Damien.
He had a bladed hand, and told me that I need to grab all of our training items and put them in the grimoire.
He is a creation.
So do we trust him?
We have not seen enough of him to know yay or nay. But I do know that staff needs to be put away.
Oh,
With Zakar starts eyeing the staff more intensely.
What if I could use it?
We have never met anybody that can. Even my father couldn't.
I'm gonna step up to Elvira and look her dead in the eyes. I'm gonna rip off my helmet.
Then teach me.
I can't touch it.
I'm gonna grab it, grab the staff off. I'm gonna grab it off the table.
I will be the wielder of this staff now.
As you grab it, roll me a d6.
Oh, that would be
6.
horrible timing if it knocked you out.
6?
Yeah, 6.
Alright. As you pick it up, it starts to transform.
Okay.
We're gonna jump away from you.
Oh, you motherfucker! Nah! This is fucking bullshit! God fuck!
Anyway, we're gonna jump back. ShadowKing, you've got fists on ground. KJ has just absorbed.
I was gonna go ahead and leave that out.
KJ has just stolen one of the relics from Jamie. You other three are, I'm guessing, just kind of standing in awe, shock.
So as soon as I see Zakar blip out of existence, I'm like immediately like go on comms and like call out for him. Just Zakar,
I appreciate the reference.
Yes. Xander and Jackie, what are you guys doing?
So we hear Jamie say that.
I'm not a ranger at this moment.
No, you hear Jamie curse or something. I don't remember exactly what you said, but
I said
know
something
Jamie's
to the
demorph.
effect of, "Hey guys, he took my relic."
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
it was.
yeah. I turn around and I see that he's not morphed anymore. And I'm gonna dash toward KJ, leap into a flying kick.
Okay.
Oh,
And
yes.
Relic transition. Relic of the Tomahawk Chopper.
There you go.
I forget that was the name of it.
As you do, you said you're doing a flying kick?
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 real quick.
Damn it. 4.
As out of 2d6.
A 1 and a 3.
Yeah. Ouch.
Lame.
All right, so re-roll because we tied.
Oh, yay.
Double lame. Doesn't matter who's doing it. Rolling a 4 on 2d6
Hell
feels
yeah.
bad, bro.
7.
7. All right, so as you go to flying kick, KJ is not expecting this, and
He better
since you-
not be.
Since you transitioned, you have both your tomahawks, but since you transitioned directly into kick, you actually have one of the tomahawk blades on the bottom of your boot.
Oh, hell yeah.
You land directly at KJ, and KJ's not ready, and he flies backwards and lands.
I was kind of aiming for his throat. And
Oh,
I
it
kinda,
was- okay, so he's got a slice across his throat then.
yeah. And while he's on the ground, I want to kind of lean over him, put the blade on his throat.
From the tomahawk or from your shoe?
Well, the tomahawk, yeah.
Okay, I was just saying which one are you? Wow, stop a mud hole.
You piece of shit! What are you doing?
So you hold the blade to his throat. He's now shrunk down.
He's now shrunk down.
Shrunk down to normal penguin size, and he's sitting there, and you can tell the fear in his eyes. I was just
Give it back!
Get your ass to what she was about to do.
You still see the relic in his eye.
And I'm
Xander, we can't hear you, by the way.
It's his mic, I think. No. I think it might be the headset.
Yeah.
Now?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a stupid headset.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's shorten your headset.
Now, once I see that she has him sedated or has him corralled, I want to run up to him as well.
Okay. So both of you are over KJ. ShadowKing, what are you doing, real quick?
I'm my fist is still on the ground with a miniature crater, and thinking, okay, the sword is gone, I'm free, but this is really bad.
But did it come at too high of a cost?
ShadowKing, will you please roll me a d6? 4. As you have your fist in the ground, you feel immediately drained. Like you feel, no, you're still able to stand up and stuff, but you feel like your powers are completely draining away. Mogar, you're the closest to him right now, and you hear him go, "My magic."
Well, before I even acknowledge him and be like, Jimmy, are you okay?
Other than the fact that everybody wants to choke slam and steal my shit, yeah.
Okay, well, go take your shit back. I'm gonna go check on him.
I'm gonna go try and punch a penguin while he's down.
I love that saying. I'm gonna
Punch a penguin.
I'm gonna punch a penguin.
I swear to
Alright,
God, if
so-
Peter comes on this fucking channel and like strikes this shit, I blame y'all. Fuck you.
Alright, then I'm gonna go over to Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean your magic's gone?
All right. Do you lay your hand on them or anything, Mogar?
Well, like, before I do that, because yes, I am, I'm gonna, like, let him know I'm coming up towards him instead of, like, all of a sudden,
Is-
my hands on his
Yeah.
shoulders.
All right.
He's
So
gonna
Shadow-
say, put the weapons down, killer, and then go in for the bro pat.
So ShadowKing, go ahead.
My magic were connected to the sword. I developed them as a precaution to not use the sword. But with the sword gone, my magic is leaving. I only have half of it.
Are you the only one that's able to wield that sword with its powers?
Yes and no.
Yes, with an asterisk. My favorite kind of yes.
So before you continue, ShadowKing, you feel, again, you feel your powers draining, and only you hear inside your head, you must retreat, but pass on your powers. Yes, Xander, before ShadowKing
So-
speaks.
if his power is depleting, would I also feel this as well? Because I was empowered. Would that empowerment disappear?
Yeah, the empowerment disappears. Yes. You
So
feel just
if
normal.
then once I would feel that, I would immediately look back to see what's going on.
Okay.
And notice them, and then realize that Jackie's got it, and I'm going to go back towards Shadow.
All right. So, all right, Shadow, continue with what you're gonna say.
I reach inside myself and pull out a flickering ball of like rainbow colored fire, which like my magic, and you can see it diminishing because of I'm losing power, so it's kind of like going to flicker out. I need to pass this on before it completely goes away.
About this time, Xander gets to you.
By the luck of situational irony, there is Mogar Xander.
Xander,
Yeah?
you use the flaming heat of lava. Take my fire and lightning. Use it well.
Ooh.
Are you handing him the orb? Are you handing him the orb?
I'm now splitting the orb into each individual color of the element.
Okay.
So lightning and fire will go to Xander.
All right. As you hand it to him, they both chunks fuse together and start to and they become a coin.
Nice. Then all that's left is ice, earthquake, and whirlwind.
I'm gonna stop you real quick. The ice starts to split itself off and hover above you, and literally just goes, and it leaves.
It just foofs
So
off.
now you can go ahead and use the other two.
Let's see. I pass whirlwind over to Jamie, and earthquake over to Jack.
Ooh.
Not even there. Getting powers anyway. Buck. Yeah, that's what a winner looks like, guys.
So, as all of these go, so which goes to who?
Earthquake to Jackie and whirlwind to Jamie.
Okay. Sorry, Mogar, you were left out of this one. But
Oh no, that's perfectly fine. 'Cause
so
how he gave it to everyone
yeah, oh,
actually makes sense.
Yep. So the earthquake, literally, it starts to spin and change forms, and it turns into looks like a round that goes in the gun, and that lands directly in your hand, Jackie. The other one zooms over to Jamie, and starts to spin and transform as well. And this one actually turns into another badge.
Ooh.
And
Promotion.
lands directly in your hand, Jamie. I'm going to jump away real quick because as the sword is transforming back with Zakar.
Wait, you said sword. Did you mean
scepter?
staff?
Staff, sorry.
Okay,
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure you were jumping to the right place in your
Yes.
own head
Yeah.
before we continued.
So, jumping back, the staff starts to transform in front of you, Zakar, in your hand. And you literally see, like, through the pyramid, a streak of what looks like basically an ice bolt slam into the staff and change it. As it changes, it elongates, starts to gain basically teeth and whatnot. And what you now hold in your hand, I'm going to pre-TM this one, is Frostmourne from World of Warcraft.
Oh, hold on, get the perfect audio! You are not prepared!
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, now we're going to jump back. So, ShadowKing, you have given away your powers, and you are starting to wither fairly quickly now.
I don't think it's hard.
Do what? Oh,
Okay,
God. Oh, God.
Oh,
I
why
don't feel
you?
good, Mr. Mogar.
Why you do? Why you do?
But before we do that, I have to address KJ on the ground with a tomahawk to his throat, and Jamie standing there above, ready to punch a penguin.
Ready to punch a penguin.
Wait, what do you mean ready to punch a penguin? I was not hesitating on punching a penguin.
Oh,
I was going to punch a
penguin.
penguin.
Okay, so Jackie, do you stop this penguin assault?
Yeah.
Damn
How
it!
are you stopping it?
Fucking shit! Why?
I don't move from where I'm standing, but I shoot Jamie this like I'm gonna fucking kill you look. And I'm gonna I'm still holding the bullet, but I'm gonna point at him. Motherfucker, you better stop!
Alright, so Jamie, you're reared back. What are you doing?
I am torn character-wise right now, so I'm gonna roll for it.
Hey Jamie, will you shift your camera over a little bit?
Hold on, it's gonna be hard. Which way are you meaning?
So I can see a little bit.
Or this way?
I can't see what I want to see. Never mind, you're good.
Okay, hold on. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ooh, actually,
Are
it
you
fell
dying?
off onto the table.
Right. Anyway,
I am dying, but that's okay. My thing that I usually have up here has been knocked off.
Yeah. So okay.
No,
So
like
what are you?
There.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to give her a counter death glare because I don't appreciate the icy stare, and I'm gonna say, "I'll hold for you this once."
So KJ breathes a sigh of relief not to get punched in the face. Still has a tomahawk across his throat, and literally looks at both of you and goes, I just help."
Oh.
I'm just gonna. What's wrong with you?
I need relics.
So you just steal his?
Not just his. He reaches up and grabs your tomahawk. You demorph, and he absorbs your tomahawk.
And I'll punch him in the face.
You're gonna punch him in the face?
Oh, what the fuck?
Roll a d6.
Wouldn't let me punch him in the face, but whenever he steals your relic, you're like, throw caution to the wind. I'ma do it myself. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking, I want to punch the penguin too. Fuck him.
Jackie's giving you permission to do it.
Shit, I'm gonna roll my 1d6. Thanks, penguin.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, 2 and...
Fucking 2, but I don't give 2 shits. He needs all 2 of these limpets.
As you both go to swing at the penguin, you both fail. The penguin, literally, after absorbing your tomahawk relic, catches both of your fists in his flippers, looks at both of you and goes, "Trapped," and literally shrinks completely, like literally, and you can no longer see him.
Son of a bitch.
You do see a small mark on the ground where he was, and it's a rune. It looks like one of the markings from the grimoire.
I'm gonna grab for it.
Well, it's carved into the ground. It's just left.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an after effect, like a burn into the ground. No, you're good. Back to ShadowKing, Mogar and Xander.
Yes.
So, ShadowKing, you're withering.
You need to stop Zebus and in some way destroy that sword.
Well, if it gives you any comfort, I'll give you my word. We will stop him. Thank you for helping us and my team by lending us your power. We won't take it for granted. Thank you.
Before I completely wither away, the gauntlets, I hand them to Mogar.
There you go.
Ooh, okay. So as you take off the gauntlets and hand them to Mogar, do you take them?
How?
Yeah.
How much of a power play would it be if he goes to hand those to you and you just let them fall to the ground in a moment of arid silence? Damn.
So do you take them, Mogar?
Big damn.
Yeah. I'm gonna take them. Just go.
You put them on, or what are you doing with them?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them on, but like before I put them on, I want to say thank you for everything. You really didn't have to do this, but we'll fight in your name.
Go ahead, Shadow.
You all freed me. It's the least I could do. Now go kick his ass.
There you go.
So, real quick, Mogar, as you put them on, you now feel empowered, and it literally you put them on over your regular, and it starts. You gain more armor. You literally hear, ksh, 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 and you now look like a, basically like an over armored knight.
Oh, that's so cool. Ooh, that's so
And thus you
sick.
went from fighter to tank in one fell swoop.
Yep. ShadowKing, as you stand there and start to wither, the driver, the lizard driver, literally hobbles over to you, grabs you, and goes, "We must get you out of here." And grabs you and like tries to move you. And like, are you going with him?
Yes.
He grabs you and goes, "Okay." He literally hobbles, and about that time, all of you except Zakar, see him grab ShadowKing and literally jump into the ground and disappear.
Oh, funky.
Like
The
just-
fuck?
Funky fresh. I'm down with that.
Oh yeah. So as that happens, you all hear over your comms from Kowalski. Did you do it? The alarm stopped. Did you do it?
We
What?
think so.
The car, you were sitting there seeing Kowalski. Kowalski's not behind his thing. You're actually seeing what happens. Kowalski has his flipper and is pressing a button on his flipper.
The fuck?
like a mechanical button.
I would prefer it be mechanical versus the alternatives.
So, all this time, you're a robot?
Kowalski goes, you guys need to get back here.
Wait, was that the car?
Zakar, you got a new sword.
Oh, yes. The staff, it is now my new weapon.
So
Come again?
Zebus' staff. The one that I took, it is now my weapon.
The powerful staff that pretty much almost killed us every single time we fought him.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, fuck!
Well, what happened over there? It seems like a shard of ice shot through the pyramid and struck the staff.
It's a long story.
Well, long story
Yeah.
short, Shadow's dead. His powers.
Shadow's not dead.
He was withering away.
He can neither
Yeah, but he
confirm
was
nor
taken
deny
away,
his state of
man.
corporeal form.
Guys! Just get back to the pyramid, now!
What? How are you in the pier? Anyway, all right, let's go.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait.
let's go.
How?
Jackie, you feel a glow from your pistols.
Okay, I want to look at him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned that you feel it instead of
as
see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, there's a point to this. As you see your pistols, the barrels are spinning rapidly.
Uh-oh.
You hear a voice. Let us out.
And I point up to the sky.
As you fire, you see twin dragons release from your pistols, come down and land, both of them talking in unison. Come ride, Relic Hunters. We will take you where you need to go.
Let's go.
That's so sick. Oh my god.
So I'm gonna turn around and go. Why do I feel like I'm having deja vu?
Oh, come on, man.
I'm gonna
Twin
run towards the
dragons.
dragons.
You're gonna do what, Jamie?
I'm gonna run towards the dragons. You don't gotta tell me twice to ride a mythical beast. Mm-mm.
As I'm walking towards the dragons, I'm gonna be like, watch, they're gonna say their names are Kyle and Dean.
I'm gonna get up and sit on the dragon royalty style.
Okay. So what's the rest of you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up towards the dragons, and as I walk past Jackie, I go, "Nice upgrade from those horses." And I'm gonna climb onto them dragons.
Jackie, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hop on and immediately start thinking of names for him.
Oh, heck yeah. Mogar, what are you doing since you're all armor clad now?
After admiring the new form, just go ahead and cautiously get on the dragons.
Okay, as you get on, the dragons take off. Back at the pyramid, as you guys take off, back at the pyramid, Elvira looks at the sword in your hand, Zakar, steps closer to you and puts her hand on your shoulder and leans in. She's whispering at this point right into your ear.
Okay.
Careful, she might bite your ear.
Be careful. Roll a d6. As she says, be careful. Thank you for your low roll, because that does not mess with my plans. She takes her right hand, because you're focusing on the sword. You still have the sword. She socks you in the jaw and you pass out.
Goddamn bitch! I did not trust her for a freaking second.
You pass out.
Nope.
As
First thing you do whenever you get up, count inventory of all your limbs and extraneous body parts, because I lost a hand last time.
As you guys are riding the dragons, I called you Joe. Jackie, you feel something odd, and then all of a sudden, all of you black out while riding the dragons, and all of you hear while you're blacked out, like in dreamland, basically, you hear like a bunch of following android dispatched, and that's the end of our episode.
Oh!
Let's go. Welcome everybody to Relic Roundtable. I hope everybody had fun.
Yeah, man.
Does anybody have any questions?
Honestly, I was not expecting you to fucking, not really a question, but more of a statement. Like, I was not expecting, like, the whole staff thing to go as well as it did. I was honestly thinking that you were going to, like, kill me with it because of the decaying or numbing feeling. Mm-hmm. But then whenever you said, like, the ice shot out, I'm like, oh, like, numbing. Were you meaning, like, numbing, like, cold numbing?
See, okay, there were two different ways I was going to go with that, depending on what ShadoKing did. I'm so glad he did what he did. Thank you, Shadow. If you would, the plan was everybody was going to get a relic, obviously. So, and just somebody was going to get an extra relic. So this time, actually, Xander got the extra relic due to, well, he's got 2 in 1. Yeah. But whatever he gave you, you were going to get either ice or fire. And if it would have been ice, it would have been something to do probably with, like, well, something cold. Fire was you were actually going to get scorpion.
Either way, dude. No, either way, I'm cool with it.
Over here.
So the way it worked out, Shadow, thank you so much for doing what you did, because it made it so much easier on me. But dude, everything this episode went maybe not totally according to plan, and your sword is going to make a welcome return, because the sword's going to change too. For Zebus, because he stole your sword. So he may have lost his staff, but now he has something even better. So
his bare fist, because he's a gosh darn ninja.
So before I could even like react or anything, you said Zebus grabbed the sword.
Yes.
If you didn't say that, and as Shadow punched him in the face, I was gonna see if I could do like a reaction and take the sword out and try to cut Zebus' heads off.
See, if
I was going to try to do that.
If you would have grabbed the sword, I would have had to take your hand and you would have joined Jamie's club.
Oh, damn.
It is not a fun club to be in, and just because you're joining, I'm still the president.
So Shadow, did you have fun?
Man, dude, this was an excellent experience.
Are there any inside jokes you need us to explain to you? Because my goodness, I just now realized there's a lot of inside jokes.
Yeah.
Shadow, you're a little bit frozen, brother.
There he goes.
But there he goes. Okay.
No, I had so much fun, guys. That inside jokes. I mean, not really. I can go back and watch and kind of figure it out.
Okay, good.
It's really fun. I can
The
kind of
main
tell.
one is that like every single one of Josh's bad guys has attempted to either choke and or maim Jamie just for whatever reason.
You know, I can kind of get that vibe.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't do nothing. He's just a dick, and I guess he's being punished by the ethereal plane or what the fuck ever.
All the characters are great, and you each portray them very, very well. So this is really fun.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, dude, I love your character. Like, I love like the Shadow King character. It is such like the entire time I was sitting, I'm like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Like, cause I had this vision in my head, and I keep wanting to say Leanbow, not
Korag.
Korag, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Well, actually,
oh, go ahead.
you can kind of say like both.
Correct.
Like, you have Leanbow, you have this good-natured soul who was cursed. So I mean, the sword using its power was the curse, and without using it, I'm just Leanbow. I use it. Correct.
Oh yeah.
It's
So,
fun. I thought about it several times.
so
That
I
is
had
awesome.
nothing to do with the Shadow King character. He brought his character to me, and I went, I can fit this perfectly.
Good.
Like, he's like, that's his cosplay, that's his everything. So find him on YouTube. He does some awesome stuff.
I
But
should
yeah.
gotta make that cosplay now.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions in chat, or you guys to me or to Shadow?
What was your okay? You know, I got a question. What was your from just tonight? What was your most memorable moment from this session?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You definitely getting the eye sword. That was like cause like seeing your reaction to it, and then like realizing what it was, I was like, oh my god, oh god. Also like I wasn't expecting it for the villain to take the sword. And
I was
Knowing
hoping you
how-
didn't
you
get
know-
mad at me with that, honestly,
No,
because like, you're like, it's the sword, the Shadow
I
King.
wrote- I wrote two super attacks, which and I like what you did with the combining all of everyone's attacks, because that was one of my super attacks was Elemental Hurricane, which just took all the elements and made a huge blast.
I was
But
not
I like-
ready for everybody to combine their attacks. I'm like, yes, this is gonna work.
Yeah, but and then like you taking the sword, and while you're sitting there going to be like, oh, hold up. He doesn't have his staff. He took the sword. I described the sword as super powerful. This is gonna be bad for them in the long. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
it's gonna be-
thanks.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gave me full description of this sword, and it's gonna work wondrously. And
Oh god.
It was really, really fun, man. I had a great time tonight.
oh yeah.
Good.
So everybody else had fun.
Oh
as
yeah.
Well?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Did you guys like the ending? 'Cause I have to set up for our special guest next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuba.
Prepare, lick your balls, Deus Ex.
Yeah, lick your balls,
I'm
version
definitely
2.
Tune into that episode because I want to see how this continues.
I'm actually a little. I'm sorry, Shadow, but I wish you would have been there for the Akai episode that he was in, where Lick Your Balls was there.
Lick your
You were
balls.
at AkaiCon. You just, like, it wasn't public.
I was there, but I was.
Yeah. But
Man,
no,
I-
it was. Oh yeah, dude, I had so much fun tonight doing this episode. It was a little tricky because I was really worried about how everything would play out, but it worked really well. Again, like I'm always on the fly, but thank you guys for being. I could not be as good a DM I am, or as I feel at least, without you guys as wonderful players and without our wonderful guests like ShadowKing. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything you guys do to make Relic Hunters what it is. So does anybody have any more questions before we close out the episode?
Shadow has something to say.
Oh, Shadow, I see a finger. Go ahead.
Thank you guys again for having me on. This
Yeah.
was an awesome experience. I've been on YouTube now going in July, it'll be 9 years, and I've never had this experience on YouTube. I've been kind of lagging and different stuff has happened and everything, but this experience has kind of gotten me out of my funk. I've been in a bit very
Good.
I guess I call it creative depression.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited. I'm feeling juices flowing, ideas and concepts and everything. So thank you
Good.
guys for having me on.
Well,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
juices are
man.
dangerously to
yeah.
flow around the Relic Hunters, but you're welcome.
Trust me, brother. If you want creative, just hit me up on a not tax season day, and we will go all night.
Well, on that,
Actually, I will be
go
hitting all of you up very soon. So.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
but on that, Shadow, where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, drop your stuff.
Do you have like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will post it in the YouTube link whenever it goes up on YouTube. Again, you can find. I guarantee you can find him on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook. ShadowKingCosplay or something of the variation. We will drop it in the YouTube whenever it is posted, either tonight or tomorrow. I will be working my butt off to get it on there as soon. And does anybody else have anything else to say? Oh wait, we have a question. I think.
You think?
Oh, Destructo, some Relic Hunter cookies.
Oh hell
Oh God, no. Nope.
Destructo the Penguin asked what kind of cookies we want for a KaiCon, since all of us hopefully will be there if it's not postponed.
Definitely just okay. Honestly, it's a fucking,
Non-explosive.
yeah, non-explosive ones.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, can you
Chocolate.
get, oh, chocolate. Yeah, definitely. That's what I was saying.
I am not that big into sweets, as
Yes.
the alderman would know. I'm mainly a fan of like oatmeal cookie and sugar cookies, so I'll just eat whatever.
And
Reese's.
Shadow, you are a part of the Relic Hunter family now.
Yes,
so.
now you are. Welcome. Only one man. Oh, wait, wrong one.
Yeah, wrong one. TM.
TM, don't X this out, Josh Lee Kwai.
Alright, but thank you all for tuning in. I hope everybody had a fun episode. Catch us on YouTube or the replay on here on ChiefDucky's Twitch. And I'm going to throw it to that beautiful bean footage, Chief.
Shut the fuck up. Damn it. Never in the exit. There we go.